Hello everyone, welcome to today's build. So today's build, we are building a newsletter platform. So this SaaS application for the newsletters is one of applications I've been looking forward to. I've looked through all the newsletter platforms and I couldn't find the one that solves my particular problem, okay? So before I jump into a nice demo with what we built in today's build, I just want to dive in why I built this SaaS application, what it is doing, and how can you take advantage of it. And by the way, this build has broken records, and the record it has broke, it is one of the biggest build of all time. So previously, this one had the record of 8 hours, where I built this starter kit in 8 hours straight in one day. This build, I took 9 hours in a single day straight, 9 hours plus to build this one to bring it to you. So I'm just so much excited, but let's just first dive in what it does and why would you be interested in this kind of application. So if you understand what a newsletter is, basically a newsletter main purpose is to keep your subscribers updated not product or service. Let's say you have different SaaS products, okay? Like right now, most people have particular products, and not only just products, you might have people who follow you, people who like your content, you're a content creator, you have maybe a blog or you have something, people from your website, from your Google Sheet, they follow you and they like maybe whatever you are providing. Or it's a SaaS application and you have different users. And you want frequently, maybe weekly or twice in a week, to communicate with those people. Okay? Of course, we all agree you can't use the Gmail, CC, and all that. You need a newsletter platform. Okay? And a newsletter platform will help you in many things. And why is this newsletter platform different from all the existing ones? Let's dive in. So the main problem I have is that I always have, like currently right now, the problem I'm facing, I have multiple SaaS applications. I've built a lot of SaaS applications. I've built project management system, I have e-commerce store, I have Next.js Academy, I have invoice app. I have so many SaaS applications that are going on. And that means in each of these SaaS applications, I have a particular audience that I need to communicate regularly. Let's say you are using Next.js Academy and I released a new course, or I added maybe a resource to the course. I want to communicate about this. I want to communicate that I added a new course. Guys, go ahead and check it out. So I would want a platform which I can bring in my audiences. So each of these applications represents a particular audience. Okay. So if you just go down here, you see that each of these applications, they represent an individual audience. You have the audience A, audience B, and audience 3. Now, in these audiences, you want to communicate with them regularly. So you don't want to mix all these into a single bunch of contacts, because you're going to be sending specific messages to Next.js Academy guys, to the e-commerce. These are different audiences and you send them different messages. So you need a SaaS platform or a newsletter platform that, one, is going to bring in these audiences in a smart way. Okay, it should bring in these audiences from these different apps in a very, very smart way. Okay, and in that one, first of all, on that platform, you should be able to get an audience, and in this audience, then you should be able to add your subscribers or those contacts from those applications. And now you find that sometimes in those CRMs, they have provided you, it is not only limited, but the way they have given you to import your contacts is maybe only via the Excel file. So in this application, we are using multiple ways of how you can bring in your contacts. We can use an Excel file, APIs, we can use, we can just use of course, a table, the normal one. We can use digital downloads. Can you imagine? We are also managing the lead magnets in this new newsletter platform. So we can bring in our contacts. And another thing that makes it different is the builder. Now, you have seen most of the builders out there. they are of this format. Now, I'm not a fan of this kind of builder, guys. I'm not. And you can see most of them, they give it export. They say, I'm not a fan of this builder. The reason why is that I have so many applications. I cannot spend maybe 10 minutes to design one template I'm going to use only once. Because if I'm going to send to Next.js Academy, guys, I'm going to have to come here, build a template, then send it. And then I'm not going to use this template. So I want something which gives me the way of writing the emails more faster, and it is, and still gives me the bit of building something like this. Why I can build nice stuffs like this one. And we're going to look at the one that we built in the SaaS application. So without further ado, I want to just go ahead and demo for you this application. So I'm just going to, first of all, just copy this link. I will drop it here. Since I have this account, I just want to show you from scratch how it would look like. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in. Okay. And authentication, of course, we are using what? In authentication, we are using BetterAuth for the authentication. Okay, so I'm just into the app. I'm just going to go to dashboard. Okay, right now there is no any paywall. That is it. You guys, you can just try it out and give me feedback. So the first thing that you need to do is creating an audience. Okay, so that is the first thing. Create an audience. An audience, we said it represents your application. So now, for now, I have a lot of application. As you can see, I have the invoice. I have Next.js Academy. I have so many other SaaS applications I've built over time. So what I just want is, I'm just going to come here and create an this. I'm just going to say maybe my invoice Pro app users, something like this. Description: these users from the invoice generator app. Create audience. So you can just go ahead and create an audience. Nice. And you can see by default we have 0 subscribers into this audience. Of course, you can just go ahead and create another audience. But right now I'm just going to go click view audience. So in this audience right now, I can add contacts, which are like subscribers. So let me just go ahead, and you see you have multiple ways of adding this. So the first one is the single one, the easy one, whereby you can type them by hand. You add one by one. Yes, I add like one, which is going to be like this is hub. And then I can just say this is hub.info create. So this one is going to go right away and add in my first one. So you can see I have the first contact, which is nice. So I can just go ahead and add. So now I can use an Excel file. Okay. I can just use an Excel file. Let me show you an example of how you can use an Excel file. And most applications, as you can see here, they will give you this kind of export. And if you're a person who have built like these SaaS platforms, make sure you give users a way of getting their data, guys. So you can see we have this built-in export. You click on export, and then you get a whole, a whole list of these users. I'm just going to use a simple list. These ones are so many. So you just come here, like for instance, on this mailing list. I can just go file, download Excel, or you can even just like type them by hand, or you have them already in an Excel file. It doesn't matter, but I'm just going to use this mailing list Excel, which it has 10 users. So I'm just going to go back to my application and just click choose file, and then I go to this mailing list, click open. So this one has 10 users, I think like 10 or 9 contacts, I'm not sure. But you're just going to look at here. It will also look at the valid contacts. You can have like many, but the ones that are invalid, we will not take them. And you can see it has extracted them really nicely. So I'm just going to go ahead and click create. So within a second, I have, within a few seconds, I have 10 subscribers. Within no minute, I have 10 subscribers. We are still adding. So we can also get from an API endpoint, guys. This is so cool. We can just get this from the API endpoint. So let's just show you. So if I just go here, in this API client, you can see I have a list of users here from an API endpoint. This API endpoint is running locally. from this app here. So you can see like here, if I click send, this returns an array of users. So the array we expect from this endpoint, it is of particular order. You need to have, you can see the API should return an array of objects, each with name and email field. That's what we expect from your API endpoint, so long as it supports this, or it gives out this format. Let's copy it. So just go here and let me just copy this. Okay, and let me just bring it into our app. Just paste it here, click fetch, and 84 contacts have been found 84 valid contacts that we have. I'm just going to go ahead, scroll here, create 84 contacts within a single second. So you can see here, we have 84 that we have just like added, and we're still adding, by the way. Let me just add more. So you can also just go ahead and paste it as a JSON file. Okay, so you can also paste it as a JSON file. So let's just say I just go here in this very one. Okay, and maybe just say copy this here. So you have this, and you can just go ahead and paste this as a JSON. So you can just like paste here something like this, okay, an array, and it has just like name and email, and then you can just go ahead and pass. Okay, so you can see here they say found 3 valid contacts, and you can also just go ahead and create these ones. Okay, so you can see 0 contacts has been created because of 3 duplicate. Look at that, guys. 0 contacts has been created from the JSON, 3 duplicates skipped. So if you already have like users from different places and you're trying to mix them, sometimes there is this kind of duplicates that happens. So we are skipping duplicates. If you already have them in your audience, you cannot add them twice. That is really nice. Now, the nice thing after doing this, I'm just going to create one more. Let me just go back to audiences. I just want to create one more audience for testing purposes. I cannot send to these 94 subscribers. It will be not good. So I want to just create a new audience for testing. So testing audience. Describe. This is testing audience. Let me just create. Okay, so I have this testing audience. Let's view the audience. Now I'm just going to add just 1 or 2. So I'm just going to go back here. You can see this is the first one is mine. So I'm just going to copy this. Let me just go here and test this. Where is it? I'm just going to go here, add contacts. I'm just going to use paste. So you can just go ahead and do this. Paste in this. Okay, maybe you can just add a second one. Let me just duplicate this. Add the comma, and then just add maybe this is hub. I'm just going to add this is hub. This is hub, and it's going to be this is hub dot info. This is hub dot info at Gmail. Yeah. So I have these two. Let me just go ahead and pass. So you can just go pass 2 contacts. So create. Okay, so I have 2 testing contacts, this and this one. So after you have created your audience and you have added some contacts into your audience, now it's time to send some emails. Okay, so we have free 5 emails per day. Okay, of course, just going to add in subscription at a point, but right now you can just like test. So now let's look at the magic. Okay, but before we look at the sending, there is one more way I want to show you of getting the subscribers, and this is a common one. Most people in these applications, you want lead magnets. How many times have you gone to download a certain thing and they tell you to first add in the email or your name and to download this? So one way I want to demonstrate before I go into demonstrating the best part of the whole entire application, let me demo for you these freebies. So the freebies are lead magnets. Those ones who don't know what lead magnets or freebies are, these downloads are like digital downloads. Let's say I have, for instance, an example of a digital download I want to show you. Let me go to my downloads. I have, for instance, this. Let's say I have this is a cheat sheet for Prisma. This is a Prisma cheat sheet that I've put together, and I would want people to download this and they use it. So in exchange to give you this PDF, you also have to give me your name and email so that I know who downloaded it, and I can send you more like these ones in the future. So I would want to know your name and email. And most of these people, they use different ways, and they have to go to different applications. This comes within this application. Let me show you how this works. So if you just go back to our application here, I'm just going to go ahead and create a freebie. So we first thing, before you create a freebie, we first find out if you have a username, because this username should be used as a global identical for creating your shop page, because we're going to create for you a shop page with all your freebies. Oh my God, this is so nice. So I'm just going to go here and I'm just going to use maybe this, copy this email, and I'm just going to add it here as my shop name. So you can see your page will be newsletterhub.app/this freebies. So just create it. So now that I've created this, you can see that I'm going to have my shop here. We're going to visit this one in a second, this shop. You can even right click, go to this. Right now it just have nothing. So you can see no freebies available yet. So you can share this with the public. Okay, they be getting your digital downloads from here. Now let's go back. Let's create a freebie. So I'm just going to say here I have a Prisma guide. So I'm just going to say complete Prisma. I'm just going to create just like, for instance, a freebie name. I'm just going to give it a simple one, Prisma cheat sheet. That's like this. Optional this. Quick Prisma Prisma what? Like Prisma operations? I don't know. Any name here. And then down one, you select the audience. So this, because this is going to be collecting, the purpose of the lead magnet is going to be collecting emails for you. They must go and drop in a particular audience. They can't just come and they go to general audience. No, they must land in a particular audience. So you can create a freebie specifically, for instance, testing the audience. So just go here, testing the audience, which has 2. And then let's go ahead and create the title. So I'm just going to say a complete guide. So this is a complete Prisma cheat sheet guide. Okay, guide with everything you need. Okay, then you can just give a subtitle. This guide will be your daily handbook for mastering Prisma for full stack development. Okay, down you choose the shop color. So what do you want this? Because you are building this here, you choose which color you want. You can choose a gradient. You can choose a color, a single color like this. Let me choose blue, the default one. Then you give the benefits people are going to get from this. You're going to get like crude. Can you say here all crude? I'm just going to say here all crude operations. Then you can just say clean and precise, and then you just go here handbook, maybe, I don't know. And then down here you just give the form title, since there is going to be a title. So download your free guide now, then send the download to my email, and the disclaimer, your information is safe with us. We hate spam just like as much as you do. Then the topic is covered here, so you can just say, for instance, Prisma CLI you can just say Prisma global instance initialization, Prisma queries, okay, advanced filter queries. So you can just go ahead and just talk about more about your so you can see this is really something serious, not like a test thing, something that is very serious for this purpose. So you can just go ahead and add in as many things here. Let me just add in like then here crude operations, and then framework guides. Okay, so you just have this. So now last is the download settings. So the download URL for this. So now in the future, maybe we're going to put the support for uploading to our servers. But right now I left this one for yourself. So what you can do is you can just go ahead and have this guide here. Okay, and then you can just go ahead, of course, go to upload thing, or you can just go to any place that you normally upload your things, like any download URL. Some people use what do they call it? They use Google is it Google what? Google Drive. So you can just get any link to the download you want. So I'm just going to go to any of these ones, and then I'm just going to go to files and let me upload. So I'm just going to go upload. Take this, get this guide, and let me just upload it just like this. And this is going to give me a link. So I have a link here. So copy the file URL, go back to the app, and then you just put the download link. This is the PDF, and then file name. So the file name, this is going to be the Prisma cheat sheet guide, cheat sheet guide, just like this. Then you can just say yeah, the message you can customize, thank you for downloading, check your email. So you can just say thank you for downloading it. Now right now we just give the download. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave everything just the setting like this, but if you want you can just go ahead and also put the thank you message. You can say thanks for downloading. Okay, thanks for downloading. Just create the freebie. And by the way, you can also free preview. I've already created it, but you can also go ahead and preview how it's going to look like on the shop. But nevertheless, I have my Prisma. You can see right now it has 0 views, 0 downloads, and 0 subscribers from this guide. So you can track how many people came from this guide, downloading this guide, how many views people viewed but they didn't download, how many downloads did they make. So you can just click on views. So you can just go ahead and view this cheat sheet to have more. You can see the preview here. So the preview looks like this. So let's go ahead and share this. So you can just go ahead and share this with your social media, LinkedIn, TikTok, anywhere. So just go here and just go ahead and say make it public. So you must first publish it. If you go back to the shop, public shop cannot see this. I'm just going to show you how to get the public shop. But the public shop, they cannot have this, okay, yet. So if you just go to your public shop, we're just going to go there. I think this is the public shop, this one. So if I refresh, even when we have a freebie created, okay, you can see it is not showing up here because it is not yet public. So let's just go here and make sure that this is public. So you can see freebie published and made public. So now you can see it has this live. So you can see this is live. People can now see it. If I go back this side, refresh. So now you can see I have one digital download that is available. Prisma cheat sheet. In the future, you're going to be uploading thumbnails. Do not mind. Maybe by the time you see this, I will be having the putting thumbnails so that people can read through. But you see, this guide will help you, blah blah. So you know, so I'm just going to go ahead. So you can just get free download. So someone can just come here and try to get it, the download from here. So if someone just clicks on this, okay, it takes them to the detailed page. Look at this, guys. Look at this. All the things you specified in creating this, a complete Prisma cheat sheet guide with everything you need. This guide will be a daily handbook, blah, blah. Zulu has downloaded it, and you have the form for this guide. So you see, you will get access to this, and then you have the what is inside here. These are the things you're just going to get in here. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say download this. So a person will fill in their name. They just like add in another name. I'm just going to add in let's say I just want to add in, maybe I'm just going to use Colin. Okay, just say Colin Pitts. I'm just going to say here add in one, maybe this one for Moses. Just call this Chisachi Moses, just like this, and let's say send. So after this, you can thank you for signing up. Your download is ready. So now this person can just go ahead and download the guide. So click on this, and they have their guide. This is beautiful, guys. This is really amazing. So they have their guide. So if I go back on this this cheat sheet, I refresh. I have, first of all, the views. So you can see you have for views. We have one download, one subscriber from this, and you can see the conversion rate. Okay, so the conversion rate is 1 out of 4. Like for 4 views, you got 1 download. That is like the conversion rate of 25%. So you have this. Now, one thing you can do, of course, you have quick actions. One, copy the public link. So you can just copy this. Okay, you can just go ahead and copy this. And then you can just take it, share it with any person you want. You can edit, you can view the audience. Okay, so if you just go back, by the way, to the audiences here. Okay, and then you just go back, actually just go back to Freebie. I would want just go from here. So you can view the audience. And this is the testing audience. Now we have 3, the one that joined from the Freebie. So this one joined from the Freebie, as you can see here. Okay. So now let's go to the main big part. So you have your email subscribers, you have them, and they are nice. Okay, so just want to go to the emails. We don't have any email sent yet. Let me go to send email. Okay, so I'm just going to go here and I say an email. So this one is going to be coming from Newsletter Hub. So I'm just going to say this is from Newsletter Hub. Then you can set up the reply. You can select the audience. This is nice. So you can select the audience you want to send this. Let's select the testing audience since it has few. Then send now. Then we can just say subject. So I'm just going to say this is, I'm just going to say like, welcome to newsletter hub. Just like this. The preview text, you can just use the same text here, but I can just say also just like welcome to our platform. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and now start writing the actual email. So you just simply type slash and you just going to go ahead and add components. Let's start first add the heading. So I'm just going to say here welcome to, just going to say here welcome welcome to newsletter hub. Okay, newsletter hub. And then you can just go ahead. So you have this welcome to newsletter hub. You can just go now write the text. Okay, just like text here. I'm just going to say welcome everyone. So I'm just going to say welcome to newsletter hub. I am excited to invite you to our platform to test it out. So that is it. Now let's go to the funny part that you can add in things like a YouTube video. So let me just go and get maybe any YouTube video like this one. So just going to copy video URL, go back, and let's go ahead and add in a YouTube like this. And you can see the video comes. Let me just get also the title. So you can just also get the title. Just like this. Go back and just go ahead, paste this, and you can see you have a nice preview of what is going on everywhere. You can add in now more nice components that we added. So apart from all these common ones, you can add in code snippets. So let's just say you can add in code for developers who want to share code. Let me just say allowed origins. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Go back here and let me just paste it here. Allowed origins. We can add in more nice stuff like social media links. I'm just going to add them last. You can add in a pricing card. You can add in a product card. So just add in a product. So product, you can start by adding in the image. So right now, you can just go to Freebie or you have your image, whatever. Just go here and I'm just going to say, for instance, course. I'm just going to copy this image address. Just go back here and let me paste in this image. And you can see the image for the course has updated. We can put the course name. So let me just go to the Next.js Academy and let's grab like our React Native course. So we have this React Native course. So the product name can be just like a React Native course. And then the description of the course, you can also grab this. And let me just add the description here. And then you can just say enroll now. So enroll now. And then let's just go ahead and add the course detailed page. So you just view to course. You just go to the course detailed page. Let me add it here. So you can see how easy to build like a product card. And this looks pretty nice. This is how it's going to look like. So we can just like end by putting our social media handles, put slash, and let me scroll down. And let me put a social media handles. So you can also put two product cards if you want to test this out. You have two products. As you can see here, the preview. You have the two products. So let me just remove that. But you can add it. Let me put slash. And I'm just going to go and add social media links. So social media links, you can just go ahead and add your Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all this. You can add more. Like you can just go ahead and select YouTube or TikTok. And then you can just remove whatever you just want. Okay. So then I'm just going to leave them like this. I'm not going to put links. I'm just going to put hashes like this. And let's go ahead and send this. So you can first send a test email to yourself, like click test. So it is going to go ahead and send this to this email that you logged in with, the one that you have here. So it will send to this. So if we just go to the actual Gmail of that one, I'm not sure if I can access it here right now. Let me just try. Okay. I don't know. Let me just try sending the actual one. As we're waiting for that, I'm just going to go ahead back to the platform. And let me send to the actual users. By the way, this is just like the first test live in production. But let's just look if we just received the mails. So in this, remember we sent to this audience. Okay. We expect this to go to these three audiences. So if I just go to this audience, one I think was one of my emails. Let me just go to my inbox. And I have newsletter hub here. Nice. Newsletter Hub, welcome to Newsletter Hub. Welcome to our platform. And I have this here. You can see welcome to our Newsletter Hub. And then I have this welcome to, I am excited to invite you to our platform to test it out. And look at this, guys. You have nice YouTube video here, card. You have the code snippet. Okay, you have a code snippet with even links, which are clickable, by the way. Then you have a product card. And if I click on enroll, okay, if I just click on enroll, this should just route me to, I'm not sure, but this should just like route me. Just right click, open this in a new tab. And then I also have the social media icons. So you can see how fast it was to create this. If I also open this Gmail, because I have two Gmails, so I'm just going to go ahead and open the inbox. And you can also see it here to this other person in the audience. Okay. Of course, here you can show images. And you have all this. Okay. And by the way, they put the YouTube video as an attachment also. So this is how powerful the platform we have built. How nice is it? This is going to simplify all my work, guys. So I'm calling upon those who want to test it out, guys. I will leave a link, of course. If you're watching it on YouTube, I'm giving a free Excel API. So we used this application, Excel API Studio, this application. People are asking me how I built this. I'm also in this build giving out Excel API Studio for free. And you're going to find this on the Next.js Academy. And I will show you in the video how to get started and how to get everything. And by the way, most importantly, that we are building this, all of us together. So hit the like button and let's dive in.